welcome back to the Playmakers. Next on the lineup, softball. The Lady Jayhawks traveled to Tampa over the weekend for the South Florida tournament, where they went 3-2 with both of their losses coming from actual South Florida. In the final game of the tourney, the Jayhawks fell 0-6 to South Florida, a storyline that is becoming a little too familiar this season. So tell me, what's going on with this team this season, guys?
Well, the first game of the weekend, they beat Wisconsin 2-1, and it was a really encouraging game. It was tied 1-1 the bottom of the seventh. That's the last inning in softball. And Daniela Chavez hits a walk-off home run to win the game. In fact, the only runs for KU were solo home runs. They only had 3 hits on the day. But what really mattered in that game was Ania Williams allowed 1 run, and she had 7 strikeouts on the day. She's pitched all 7 innings. It was fabulous. And then Kansas swept UNLV 4-2 and 7-3. Again, Ania Williams pitched a second straight complete game. She's been dominating.
Well, see, that's something that I really worry about, is having that one pitcher that you have to rely on, you know. It's so much better for a team, and especially a pitching staff, especially somebody who's working that arm just constantly, game by game by game. And you have to be able to not just rely on the one pitcher.
Well, last year, Alicia Pilley was that person.
And it seems to be a recurring kind of theme.
And I think that's kind of why they're struggling to finish off these tournaments. And you see that they're kind of, at the end, they're getting tired. And I mean, that is a long way to travel for them. It's not their home, so that's another probably factor into it. But I think definitely that they're probably going to come back and kind of figure out how they're going to finish these things out stronger and kind of rally around and not just rely on 1 or 2 people to do it for them.
Right, but the good news is that they did finish out against the second game against UNLV. They won 7-3, so it doesn't sound like they needed to finish strong, but it was tied 3-3 going into the bottom of the 7th. And they hit a grand slam, a walk-off grand slam. Ridling had 6 RBIs on the day to win the game.
Well, who's your impact performer then?
Exactly. It's, like I said, Ania Williams and Harli Ridling. For this one, Harli Ridling, like I said, 6 RBIs. She went 2 for 4 with the home run, the walk-off grand slam. And then the other one, Ania Williams, like I said, she 7 innings pitched, in fact 14 innings pitched over the weekend, but for specifically this one, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. They couldn't get anything going against her.
Yeah, that's pretty good, 7 strikeouts, and especially in 14 innings, that's 2 full games.
Right.
And it doesn't, whenever you just talk about it, you don't know unless you've experienced it, but that wears your shoulder out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely, especially a sport like softball is really hard to come back. You play games back to back, and so, and your bodies really take a tear. And you think of softball and baseball as not being as much, you know, constant activity, but it takes so much of a toll on your body.
It's a grind.
It's the stop and the start.
So, you know, that's something you have to take into account with these players too, is how healthy are they feeling. And so I think they have a lot to look forward to and a lot to grow on, but they're kind of learning that as they go.
Yeah, well, see, and one of the things I think that they need to grow the most on is just getting the ball in play. Batting, you know, wise. I mean, Chaley Brickey, hands down one of the best hitters I've ever seen, but they just got to get some more consistency in that.
Yeah, definitely, because their last game they only had 1 hit.
Right.
And they were shut out, so definitely need to get the bats going there.
On the other field, Utah, baseball played in Utah this weekend. Utah won 15-1. Tell me who's your impact player for baseball.
My impact player is actually Ben Krauth, not in the Utah game, but he pitched a 7 innings game, only allowed 4 hits and an earned run with 5 strikeouts. That's close to what Ania Williams was able to do. He played when he played Oregon State. They had a 2-1 lead in that game, and then the bullpen gave up 8 runs, so they didn't end up winning that game. But Ben Krauth really held this Oregon State team to what they shut them down. Oregon State came into the game scoring almost 8 runs a game, and he held them to 2 runs the entire game.
Yeah, I don't think they were too disappointed with the loss to Oregon State because they obviously had some better game than the one before. So they're definitely improving. And talking to the baseball players, they're some of the most energetic and guys and close-knit team that you'll ever meet.
Oh, yeah.
And they're a lot of fun to watch because they're super energetic, super excited the whole time. And so that's really, it helps a team out a lot to have guys that are standing there, want the best for the players that are out there no matter what they're doing. So,
and it also helps having a coach like Rich Price too.
Definitely. One quick note, John Hander for KU made his first start Friday in over 18 months, coming off of Tommy John surgery.
That's rough.
He pitched 4 innings and gave up 7 earned runs against Utah in the 15-1 loss. And so it was good for him to be out there. He didn't quite get enough confidence because he was hit very hard, obviously. But the loss wasn't completely his fault. The bullpen gave up 8 runs as well. So it is worth noting that he came back.
Well, yeah, definitely looking forward to more from him. All right, the KU men's basketball team plays tonight in Austin after clinching the Big 12 championship on Saturday. We've got predictions, players to watch, and what went down the last time KU and Texas faced off. All that and more coming up next.